Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to CSGO betting predictions with the GOAT. I hope you guys are doing well, and as always, make sure you guys like and subscribe. Me and GG.bet are running an Op Asimov giveaway, so all you guys got to do to join that is click the link in the description and sign up with GG.bet, and as well, make sure you guys subscribe to this channel. I will be rolling that giveaway very soon, so make sure you guys subscribe. You will have very good odds to win, as my channel is still pretty small. So heading into this, guys, we are going to be doing the all-out CSGO betting, explaining all, telling all. I'm going to be sharing all my secrets, tips, and stuff like that. I have a few sources that are going to be helping me out to explain with you guys. I have HLTV, I have GG.bet, and I also have a video from NATO Safix, a pro player, and all of this will be used to help sort of form my knowledge and give that knowledge to you guys as well. So I just mapped out a few quick notes that I'm going to be expanding on. There is going to be a lot of talking, so you guys can skip through. I don't really care. Just make sure you guys subscribe and click that link in the description, join the giveaway. So the rules of CSGO betting. Now, I have seen and heard a lot of people get confused on so many different aspects of CSGO betting, and many people complain and they rage and they can't understand why they're not making money, and they can't understand why I'm making money but they are not. But there's many factors as to why that is, and if you're not betting properly, you're going to be losing money. So just right off the top is finding the right games. So now looking at this list of CSGO games, the only games that I see of potential value here that you should even be thinking about betting on is Complexity versus FaZe, Navi versus Vitality, Furia versus MIBR, EG, and maybe Gambit Youngsters versus Nemiga, but maybe not as well. That's really just a 50-50. The main mistake I see people making is they're betting on games like this, like Chiefs versus Ground Zero, Beyond versus Vici. They're just trying to bet on anything they could bet on, and that is the first mistake that people make. Is really, you gotta pick your games, you gotta pick your odds, you gotta pick your moment that you guys are gonna want to put your bet on. So honestly, I may predict that Complexity wins, but I may just skip that game. I might not bet on it. You got to have that feeling in your gut as to what you want to bet on. But first of all, your first mistake, you should never be betting on tier 2 or below CSGO. These matches you should not even be bothering with. So finding the right games is important, just because you also avoid a lot of those random results as well. So chasing odds and tilted betting. Now, if you've ever been on a long losing streak where you just keep losing, or you wake up and you just have a day full of losing, you know how it could be where you try and make your money back by, let's just say, going on an underdog. It doesn't matter who the underdog is, you're just going to go on the underdog just because you want those odds and you want to make a lot of money back. Now, that is another big problem with CSGO betting, and that's actually how you can lose really quickly. Is you just tilt after a day of bad betting and you go all in on the underdog and you just try and make your money back. That is one of the worst ways you can do it, and honestly, if you're in that situation, you're probably betting wrong in the first place. But heading into the next main thing is match circumstances. So we're going to be heading into more detail on actually match betting and what to focus on when you're looking at matches. So match circumstances is a big one. It's a really big one. Is it online? Is it on LAN? Now, right now during the whole COVID-19 pandemic, there is not a lot of LAN matches. In fact, there's not at all. But what there is there's a lot of different circumstances you guys can use. So for example, a big circumstance is teams that are drained out from online play. You got to kind of put your mind inside the mind of a CSGO player. So for example, when LANs were a big thing would be a team would be playing a LAN, and let's just say they were finishing up on Sunday, they were in the finals or something. They would have an online match scheduled for a Monday or Tuesday. Now, if you put your mind in those players, after they finish a LAN event and they're flying home, not getting a lot of sleep, rest, stuff like that, if they have an online game, they're most likely not going to be able to perform for that game. So there's different circumstances where you could really put your mind inside those of a CSGO player. And another one, for example, is a team loses a online tournament. So let's just look at G2, for example. I'll scroll back on my results here just to show you guys, if I could just find them. Because G2 did this exact same thing that I'm talking about. So if we look here at G2's team, this is another one of those perfect circumstances. So G2 right here, they were in the DreamHack Masters. They played this whole tournament. They were in the grand finals. They played 5 maps and they lost to Big in a pretty heartbreaking fashion. So obviously G2 versus Vitality the next day, G2 should still be favored because G2 is better than Vitality. But when you look at this result, Vitality easily 2-0 G2 except for one map. But it was still a pretty easier win for Vitality. Now, just right off the top, the reason this is because if you put yourself in the mind of G2, the day before they lose a best of 5 grand final, they lose that, they choke it, and they're absolutely devastated. Not to mention they haven't prepared either for their next game in a new event. That is a good situation where you could capitalize, and that also links back to finding the right games, and it links back to a lot of things. So match circumstances is one of the biggest ones. Always when you're doing your bets, look at their previous games, try and find any extra circumstances you can find that'll help you put the right bet down. So outside factors, that is similar to match circumstances. Outside factors such as like if they're playing together in a gaming house, stuff like that. So all those extra factors. Now proper research, a lot of people have this entire idea just completely wrong about proper research. So let's just take a game here, for example. Let's just look at tomorrow's game, Navi versus Vitality. So when we look at this game, proper research isn't coming down here and just looking at the maps and thinking, oh, okay, Navi has 4 better maps, so Navi's gonna win. It's not about that at all. A lot of the time when you're doing your research, you have to actually look at the potential map pool. So when we look at this matchup, we could know right away Navi's getting rid of Vertigo. Vitality's getting rid of Train. So right there we have 2 maps removed. Now we're going to be starting to look at how teams have played recently on each map. So we look ahead at Navi. We got to look at what Navi likes to pick recently. So Navi's been picking a lot of Train. They're a decent Train team. They like to pick Train. Now when we look at here, that is Vitality's permaban. So we see here Navi is not going to be able to pick one of their favorite maps to pick. Now heading into complexity, Navi like Dust 2. They pick Dust 2. So heading in here, we see that Vitality's a pretty decent Dust 2 team. Now you just got to keep on going down the line and finding out how teams have looked recently on their maps, how teams have been playing recently as a team, and you got to sort of find out if there's any map advantages, if there's any like previous results that could indicate whether a team struggles against one another. There's so many different methods that you guys have to go through, so I hope this kind of helps you guys. But a big thing for me is always try and find what maps they're playing, if there's any map advantages and stuff like that. So heading into the next category, watching the game a lot. Now, I just mean in general, watching a lot of CSGO, because you can start to get a rhythm of these teams and you could kind of figure out when they're playing well and when they're playing bad, and you could use that to your advantage to live bet on them. And as well, you could find tendencies with teams. So there's plenty of teams that have pretty strong tendencies. So for example, we could see here, I'll see if I can find one with NIP versus Vitality. There isn't too many tendencies here, but basically just looking for tendencies, like if a team likes to go over 2.5 maps, like if a team always seems to lose their first map, if a team always seems to struggle against underdogs, you know, stuff like that. You got to be able to pick up on those outside cues when you're betting, and you got to sort of treat it like you're not even betting on, you can't even really treat it like gambling. You got to see it as like research, and like you got to be betting with proper research and proper advice. You can't just be betting off the top of your head and just because you see some good odds. You got to really think about the game and what you're betting on. So combo bets. Now combo bets are in my opinion, the most important aspect of CSGO betting, because people get this idea way too mixed up. They will put down 5 teams and they will put down $50 on it, and they will get them wrong, and they will lose every time, and they will lose and they will lose and they will lose, because combo bets just aren't it. Combo bets, there's a time and place for combo bets, and I will show you guys right here live on gg.bet. So this, guys, if you guys want to use this site, this is the best CSGO betting website. So if you guys want to use this, hit the link in the description, click that link. You guys will get some free money, I believe. So make sure you guys click that link, and that will also get you guys joined in the Op Asimov giveaway that's running on my channel. So back into what we were talking about, the combo bets. So let's just use MIBR versus EG for example. Let's just say I've done my research and I think EG is a pretty solid favorite and they should have no problem winning this. But you see 1.64 odds and you think, okay, that's decent, but that's not what I'm looking for. Well, instead of being the guy that goes down here like this and just adds a bunch of games like that non-stop, click click until you get good odds, that is so wrong, and that is not how you make money betting on CSGO whatsoever. So what you guys want to do is always be looking for around 2 odds to 3 odds. I feel like that is the perfect range to make money at, and that is something that I always stick around. So for example, I'll take the 1.64 in EG, and then let's just say tomorrow I will find a matchup like Navi versus Vitality, and I will pick sort of a super safe bet. Now I probably wouldn't pick actually this one. I would look for a different one. So heading down here, I would just look for another safer option. So let's just see here if I could find one for you guys that's pretty like relatively solid. I can't really find any super good ones right now. But yeah, I can't seem to find any super good options right now to parlay up games. Basically what I would do is I would take, for example, a game like this. So we got EG at 1.6 and we have like a game like this, Nemega versus Winstrike. But basically I would just look for the plus 1.5 maps on the underdog team. So that's what I always do. I always look for an overdog, and then I try and find an underdog where I could take a plus 1.5 maps. Now that is just an example. That has nothing to do with research or anything. But if you guys are looking to make combo bets, I highly suggest you switch over to these sort of formats and you stop going for the YOLO plays. Now into the next one, betting with a bank. Now instead of just going like, let's just say depositing $20 and going $20 all in on this matchup because you have a feeling for it, that is an absolutely wrong method. Now what you guys should be doing is you take, for example, this, you have $20 and you put down $3 on it. So you take whatever you have and you do not bet the maximum, but instead you use time and you patiently try and build that up, because the reason is, yeah, you might win a lot quickly, but at the same time you could lose that just as quickly when you bet crazy. So what you want to focus on is betting consistently and betting in amounts that are secure and more safer as an investment. This is your money, so you guys want to make this last the best you can. Now over here, if you guys have stuck around this long, we make it over to NATO Savix's CSGO channel, and this guy was actually a pro CSGO player. So this is what he recommended and his exact tips, and I've seen this video a few times now, and it is a great video. I highly recommend you guys go watch it. It is coming from a CSGO pro himself. So number 1, if you can't afford to lose it, don't bet. Number 2, patience is key. Number 3, break the losing streak. Number 4, watch a lot of Counter-Strike. 5, middle finger to statistics. 6, trust your gut. 7, steer clear of inconsistent teams. And 8, get in the minds of the players. And 9, play the odds. So there's all these different ways and formats in which could help you guys become better bettors at CSGO. I hope this video found you help. And if you guys ever have any questions, all you guys got to do is drop a comment or message me in the Discord. You know the links to that. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Peace out.